Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the AEW Dynamite review for Wednesday, September 15th, 2021, live from Newark, New Jersey. Your commentary team this week are Jim Ross, Tony Schiavone, Excalibur, and as my broadcasting partner Adam would say, Pepsi Man, none other than CM Punk, guest commentating tonight. We have a big show, so we're going to waste no more time. Adam, tell us about the first match on the card, the Elite's Adam Cole against the Elite Hunter, Frankie Kazarian.
Thank you, Dylan. And I have to say, this was a really good way to start Adam Cole's run in AEW. And the match just starts off with a nice stare down between the two and embracing the moment from the crowd. The crowd was cheering and just having a good time. And from there, Adam Cole takes advantage of Frankie Kazarian still embracing the crowd and tries an up kick, and then Frankie Kazarian dodges it, and from there they actually have a match. And a couple minutes go by. There's a stiff spot that happens where Adam Cole and Frankie Kazarian are on the ropes. They're against the ropes, and Adam Cole picks him up for a backdrop suplex. And I think Frankie Kazarian was supposed to land on his feet in some scenario, but then he overlaps it, and then his front teeth hit the mat, and it actually looks like it could have gotten bad there for a minute. And a really good and grueling back and forth for a good bit, and it leads Cole to the ropes at a point where he just runs into the turnbuckle and gets outside, and Frankie and Adam Cole counter each other until Frankie misses a leg drop onto the ropes, which lets Cole hit the Panama Sunrise. Cole after that hits an exposed knee to the head, 1, 2, 3. After that, Cole then calls out Christian, Jungle Boy, and Luchasaurus, which was a really good promo, and I think you'll want to take it from there.
Fago del Sol, and yes, Fago del Sol challenged TNT champion Miro at Rampage. He's putting up his car on the line. Doesn't matter. These video packages, these vignettes, these interviews, they take up way too much time on this show, so get used to it. From that, we go to MJF and Wardlow being in the ring, cutting a promo on the New Jersey crowd and the dead Brian Pillman. Talking about, I don't care if the viewers are upset about the things that I say. As people know, I'm the salt of the earth. I'm religious. He says, I'm going to have a conversation with the late, great Brian Pillman. Tell your son that if he shows up in Queens, I'm going to massacre him. The crowd chanting asshole, chanting shut the fuck up. He just responds with no. Brian Pillman Jr. hits the ring with a chair, cleans house, and basically says, listen, every day when I was younger it was a battle. You had a silver spoon in your mouth. I fought for my life. We're not the same. And just remember September 22nd when you step in the ring with me. It's not just anybody, it's a Pillman. Really good heel work from MJF, as always. Really good face work from Brian Pillman Jr. From there, we go to another pointless backstage segment as Alex Marvez interviews Christian Cage in the Jurassic Express, where they say, Adam Cole, we accept your challenge. Christian Cage with a great line, though. He says, you're used to losing Wednesday Night Wars, so how about we add Friday to that? Pretty fun. Adam, you're going to take it away with Dante Martin and Matt Sydal versus FTR.
Yeah, and it was a really good showing from FTR, and really both teams involved there, but I think FTR had the better showcase from here. And I'll start from it. Seidel at the start tries to go for a quick roll up, but then kicks out at two. FTR kicks out at 2.5. FTR actually show, and it's really it was interesting to watch throughout the match entirely, but they show a lot of aggression throughout just by their punches and kicks and everything. You can tell just their storytelling was a lot, but it was just a lot better this week than and a lot more aggressive than it has in weeks past. After I'm sorry, not, from there they go on the outside, and then Matt Sydal was about to jump off the ropes into a springboard, but Dante Martin comes over, and Dante Martin basically gets on the middle rope and gets on his shoulder, and Sydal helps him into a double springboard, which is a really nice spot, and it was really cool to see. And then they brawl for a while from there, but then Dante Martin gets a strong babyface comeback, takes on both of FTR for about a good 40, like probably more 30 seconds. And then eventually he runs out of steam. FTR reverse Dante Martin into the big rig, and that's 1, 2, 3. It was a really good showcase by FTR, but and I'm sorry, not Bud, but it was a really good showcase on Matt Sydal and Dante Martin's part. And hopefully we'll get to see those two in action more.
Yeah, and commentary did a good job putting everybody over. Jim Ross comparing FTR to Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard. Um, CM Punk said of Dante that this fella's something else. From there, we go to Lance Archer and Suzuki backstage. They're talking about how Moxley and Eddie Kingston are going to learn all about strong style when they battle at the Arthur Ashe Stadium. Malakai Black makes his haunting entrance, and he says, "Members of the House of Black, please rise, for we have enemies in our midst." A very dark, heelish promo. Actress Rosario Dawson is sitting in the front row, and she's wearing the Nightmare Factory jacket, so Black goes and confronts her, and Cody Rhodes runs down and makes the save, so sort of unexpected there. Excited to see where this feud is going to continue to go.
I thought it was interesting too when because you said like Malachi confronts her, but really what was interesting is that she kind of stepped through the barricade to confront him, and it was just kind of like she tried to say. Then CM Punk sells the fact like, oh, like someone needs to come down and help this lady. It was pretty funny.
Maybe it was a miscue, maybe not. Who knows? She's went into business for herself.
Yeah.
Up next, Alex Marvez again backstage. It is like early 2000s WWE. Every turn, Alex Marvez is backstage interviewing somebody. Anna Jay and the Dark Order are back there. Literally nothing is said of value. There's sort of development, but it's 2 seconds. It could have been taken out.
Right. The only big thing there is Ann and Jay saying they can't come to the ring during their match. That was really it.
And from there, ladies and gentlemen, we go to Dan Lambert and America's Top Team, Junior Dos Santos, Andrade Arkolowski, Paige Van Zant, and Kayla Harrison, along with Scorpio Sky and All Ego Ethan Page. Dan Lambert calls the AEW fans morons, basically hits the same spiel he does every time he's in a ring. This isn't professional wrestling, yada. If anybody has the balls, they'll come down here. Yada, yada, yada. Chris Jericho's theme, Judas, begins to play, and he and Jake Hager come out and say, listen, we'll be your Huckleberry, we'll accept the challenge. So it looks like New York. So the next show, we'll see Chris Jericho and Jake Hager versus Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky. Now, Adam, do you think that Jake Hager is going to turn heel on Chris Jericho and join the likes of Dan Lambert and American Top Team?
I could definitely see that happening, and it'd be interesting to see if that would happen. I'm not 100% sure because I think they would want to keep them going for a little bit because I think they like having the inner circle as a draw. But I feel like Hager's kind of been at a little bit of a staggered point right now, and I feel like if you did that, it would make him more relevant. He would really be kind of the head of that group, like not even the head, but he would be kind of the enforcer, and it would be a good role for him.
I agree. So you're going to tell us a little bit about Jade Cargill with Smart Mark Sterling versus Layla Hirsch. Take it away, Adam.
Well, and this is really interesting. The story with this match actually happened on Dark, and also including the Casino Battle Royal, where Jade Cargill eliminated Hirsch, and then I want to say what like about a week or two later, she Layla Hirsch wins a match, and then Cargill challenges Hirsch on Dark to a match on Dynamite. So and then right before that, she gets taken down with a double leg. Right when right when the stare down was done, and the stare down was pretty much about concluded. And at the start of this match, they come down and they have a little stare down, and then all of a sudden, Layla Hirsch goes for the double leg again, but this time it gets stuffed. Obviously, Cargill was ready for it. There was a nice spot with Hirsch going for an arm bar after a pin, but then Jade shows off her power against someone like Hirsch and lifts her up with the arm and then power bombs her down. They brawl for a while, and then and then from there, Hirsch attempts a moonsault while Cargill's down, and Cargill takes advantage of it after Hirsch misses the moonsault and hits her with Jaded 1, 2, 3. That's really the match. There wasn't anything too special. It just puts it puts Jade Cargill that much over, and then sets up the Nyla Rose match probably as soon as possible.
So,
And Layla Hirsch really looked good too in this match as well.
yes. So, up next, Taz and Hook and Powerhouse Hobbs confront CM Punk at the announce table. Taz saying, "Punk, are you trying to take my job?" At this point, Punk gets up. There's a stare down with Hook. And then Hobbs comes from behind and slams Punk onto the broadcasting table. So Excalibur just has to, put it over. Our broadcast table has been decimated by Hobbs. This is a disgusting, disgusting display. Fucking Excalibur. We go from there to the main event of the evening, Darby Allin with Sting versus the Chairman. Or is it Chairman? I guess
It's yeah, it doesn't really, but I think it's Chairman.
Sean Spears with Tully Blanchard. Adam, take it away. Tell us about the main event.
Well, and what's really interesting about this match was right before JR pulled out a little segment. Or it could have been Excalibur, one of the two. I don't really remember. They pulled out something where Sean Spears actually handed Darby Allin his first loss in 2019 to his record officially, and so it kind of ties in with this match, and it's a pretty interesting little tie in there. And the match starts by totally distracting Darby Allin, but then from there, Sean Spears takes advantage, and Tully's just making his presence known like usual. And Tully does great heel work as a manager. And Spear a little bit after has a nice spot with kneeing Darby Allin in the head while his head is near the steps, and it was really nice. And then after that, Sean Spears flips off Sting and then goes for another knee, but then misses. And it was just it was a really interesting spot. And then all of a sudden you go back in, and really not even all of a sudden, but that was bad grammar there. But really, Darby Allin from there sells a limp. I think he got this limp a week ago, if I'm not mistaken, because I don't think he got it anywhere in the match. But he's been selling a limp, and it was really interesting. It was just good storytelling all around. And then Spears goes for the Death Valley Driver onto the steps from the apron, like they're standing on. It was just an interesting spot to see. And then Darby Allin takes advantage of that by reversing it and getting him back into the ring, and he goes for his finishing move. Don't know what it's called, but 1, 2, 3, and then from there, FTR get in the ring after to attack Sting and Darby Allin, and they set up Sting for a nasty spike pile driver, which was really, really cool to see someone like Sting at his age taking, and like the fact he could actually still take that. And then from there, Tully wipes off Sting's face paint and gets a big heel reaction. And also forgot to mention, Sean Spears did the same thing earlier on in the match, which got him a similar heel reaction, which is really cool to see. What were your thoughts on the match?
I'm going to be really pissed off that you didn't remember the name of the coffin drop.
Yeah, I know they are. They're going to be extremely pissed.
No, I think that this is.
I didn't know the name because I'm sorry to cut you, but I didn't know the name because Shivani tried to say it, but the next Excalibur is like, oh, he dropped on him. What's the name of the move?
So, I like it. I like the storytelling, the old school storytelling of the Sting face paint. I wonder now if this means Sting's getting rebranded and if he's going to come out with like a new fucking face paint or no face paint. Are we going to see Steve Borden?
That'd be really cool. Him and Lex Luger's coming back too.
Yeah, oh god, the Lex Express. They're going to dig up Warrior's bones. So, Tony Schiavone was in the ring, and he interviewed Bryan Danielson. They talked about AEW and Kenny Omega. Don Callis interrupted pretty much immediately, and Don Callis hit a promo like he's Stone Cold Steve Austin. Now, I'm not doing too well. I'm pretty sick, but I'm gonna try Peaches. We're gonna see. What? We're gonna see if I can do this.
But
So, Don Callis is Stone Cold. The hippie millionaire. What a sanctimonious son of a bitch you are. What a difficult decision. Peaches, can you do it? Do you know enough of the
no,
promo?
I don't have the promo. If I did, I would do it.
See, your Stone Cold's better than mine right now because I'm so. Anywho, sanctimonious son of a bitch. Kenny Omega built this.
Just pretend it's in Stone Cold's voice,
Yeah,
ladies and
pretend it's
gentlemen.
yeah. People call me Carney. Like just everything I've heard Stone Cold say. You're really believing your own hype. So then Brian comes back and says, "Shut up, Dawn." Yada yada yada. This is a dream match. I heard that you're losing confidence. Is it that you're afraid you've lost a step, or do you think you've lost your balls? Asks Danielson of Omega. And yeah, I mean, basically, a one-on-one match is announced for next week on Dynamite. I don't know if I like this.
I don't know either.
I don't know. I feel like there are a lot of people who deserve title opportunities, and I don't know if man, because here's the thing, having Bryan Danielson win is shit. Just
Right.
I hate it. Having him lose, I feel like your regular fan hates. So I don't know.
I feel like either way, even if the regular fan hates you, you have to have him lose here. I feel like you kind of have, maybe not even that, but
I
I
don't
feel like
know.
to me the better outcome is if you make him lose in that situation, because I feel like you still have to build Kenny as a top champion right now. I feel like he's been champion for a while, but I feel like his run doesn't need to get cut off right now. I feel like it's too good to stop right now.
So now we get to talk about the main event that no one cares about, and that's why I referred to Darby and Sean Spears
Right.
as the main event. Eddie Kingston and Jon Moxley versus 2.0. I don't know why this is the main event.
I think it's because usually I'm not explaining the reasons, but I think it's because Moxley always gets the good pop to go home kind of thing. But the thing is, it's weird because when you watch the match, it was only like 11 minutes or something and it really wasn't like my notes here. There really isn't much for me to kind of tell you in that sense. I mean, the only thing that really happened in there was that there was a point where 2.0 they kept Moxley pinned in the ring for a while and didn't let him get the hot tag to Eddie Kingston. And Eddie Kingston comes in, and you most tag teams are gonna reverse and maybe get their stuff back in. That was it pretty much. Eddie Kingston did a DDT, and then they set up some kind of I don't even know, slingshot lariat plus a clothesline at the same. I don't. It was some kind of tag team move, but it wasn't an awful match. It's just, why was that the main event? It should have been switched spots with Spears and Allen.
And of course, you have the Archer and Suzuki run in, and they fight across the arena like it's 1999 WCW. So yeah, interesting stuff. In my opinion, sort of a dud way to end the show after such a good several matches. I get it's Jon Moxley, and Jon Moxley's house is all elite, whatever. I don't get it.
I feel like this may be nitpicking, but I feel like they need to do a better job of trying to implement some of these backstage segments in a little bit more.
Man,
Because it's just the way. Because I watched the show, and it's just the way they slide them in. There's I don't know, it's just the way they cut off, how they cut off the Malakai Black, and then the Rosen. They went to commercial real fast, and as fast as they came on, it was a backstage segment. It's I didn't want to see why aren't you going back to Malakai and Cody maybe fighting a little bit more, or maybe seeing what happened after. I don't know. There should have been a little bit more.
Not even just that, but we're going from backstage segment to backstage segment with the same.
Right.
At least give us a different backstage person. We know Taz is working. He's not on commentary. Have him interview somebody. Who the fuck cares at this point? I hate it. Anywho.
And I'm glad Pepsi Man got what he deserved. He
Yeah,
deserved at the
Pepsi
announcer's table.
thrown through a